with that dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, all three levels. I mean, they put a lot of stress on all three levels. They really do. They spread the field. They make you defend the entire field. The quarterback can really run. He's their leading rusher. He can chuck the ball. He's a really good passer. And they got a damn good running back. He's really good. And then 4 or 5 really good receivers. So, they really will stress all three levels. If you made me pick one, I'd say probably the DBs because of all the space and how they attack space and throw deep balls and things of that nature. So, we got our hands full. It's going to be a challenge.
And it seems like the way they use the quarterback might have to be a lot of one-on-one tackles that you got to win.
Yeah, it's different than if teams are packing the box and they're running, inside zone and there's a bunch of bodies in there. They get the ball out on the perimeter and they get him in space and you have to tackle the quarterback in space and we're gonna have to make our plays.
Tulsa allowed 17 points, held them off in the end with a clutch sack from Jackson Ambush. What are your thoughts on how the defense performed against Tulsa? What can the team gain from that heading into USF?
Well, I thought we played pretty damn well. Anytime you hold anybody under 21 points in college football these days, it's pretty damn good. So happy with the results of that. I thought we stopped the run really well until that long run they had on the touchdown drive in there in the second half when the quarterback made us miss. And other than that play, I thought it was pretty good in terms of stopping the run. But you got to play every play. I thought we got decent pressure on the passer. We had 2 sacks. We got him off the spot a number of times. We had to throw the ball away. I think it was another step in the right direction. We're still a work in progress, and we have a long way to go.
And you took note of Byron Brown, their quarterback, who is a strong dual threat with 11 passing touchdowns and 7 rushing touchdowns. And on top of that, he's their leading rusher. What's it gonna take for the defense to stop him?
Well, it's 11 guys doing their job. If it becomes a bunch of guys out there looking for the quarterback, whether he's running or throwing, well, then we're not doing our job. They're going to exploit other areas. He won't have to run the ball. But if you have a pass rush lane, you have to be in your rush lane. If you have a man, you have to cover your man. If you're in a zone with eyes on the quarterback, whatever it is, you have to do your job. It's 11 guys really doing their job, but he puts a lot of stress on you because he can really do both, run and throw. A lot like the Tulsa guys. The Tulsa guys can run and throw too. So, when you see athletic quarterbacks, that changes the game because it adds one more person to the offense that can handle the ball. So, it'll be interesting.
USF has allowed 26 sacks halfway through their season, which ranks in the bottom 10 of the country. How are you going to look to take advantage of their weakness when it comes to quarterback protection?
To be fair, 26 sacks, yes, but they throw the ball more than anybody we've played to, and they played a tough schedule. Alabama and a few other teams that did pretty well against them. So, it's no different than any other week. We have to win our one-on-one pass rushes. We have to be able to get to the quarterback. If we don't, you can sit back there and tap the ball and wait for receivers to come open. It's going to be a long day. So, when we get our 4 guys that are rushing the passer, they've got to win. They've got to get some pressure on that guy.
The ultimate job of the defense is to keep the other team out of the end zone. Other than the Clemson game, which they're a top 25 caliber program, are you fairly happy with that aspect of the defense, keeping people out of the end zone?
Oh yeah, our goal going into every game is, I feel like if we could hold the team under 20 points, we give ourselves a chance to win the game. So I think we've done that in every game, except Clemson and Illinois had 23. But scoring defense has been pretty damn good. You got to be better in every area. We have to be better against the run. We have to be better against the pass. But we are doing. When you look at PFF grades and things of that nature, it's a pretty darn good defense, but we have a lot of room for improvement. That's why I'm saying we're just getting started. We're just scratching the surface of what we can do because we can be a lot better than we have been, which is really encouraging to me because, when you're giving yourself a chance to win the game and you see a chance for a lot of improvement, it tells me we have a chance to be pretty good.
Desmond Tisdale led the team in tackles against Tulsa, which was his best performance yet so far this season. How much has he come so far since joining the program, and how he's been on the upside?
Yeah, absolutely. Des has really gotten better. Being around him the past 2 years, he's finally getting an opportunity. When he was transferring, I told him that I thought he could be a really good linebacker, and I wanted a chance to work with him to help him get there. That was the truth, because I had seen things in practice that I thought he could be good. And, now he's getting a chance to play a lot more defensively. He played a lot of special teams for us, but he's playing more now than he did on defense at Auburn. And you're starting to see him get a little more confidence with what he's doing in terms of his fits and in terms of playmaking. And it's really cool to see, because I thought that was in him. Same thing with Jackson. When we brought him here, I thought he could be a really, really good player, and he's doing a great job. But it's not just those two. Jared Gerald's was a tight end, I think, this time last year, and then Zaire Horton was redshirting last year at Georgia Southern, and Jalen Wester had some production last year, but is a much better player this year. So really happy with how that group has come along.
How well did you think the defense adapted with the drastic weather change from that Tulsa game?
Yeah, that changed things. They became much more ground oriented, especially on third down. You'd think there'd be more passing and stuff. So I think our guys, they had the right mindset. I think they knew what the opponent was going to do, how that would change their mentality, and I thought we adjusted well.
Thanks, Ron.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Kind of keep him under a blanket, if you will.
Yeah, everybody's got to do their job. All three levels, front seven, everybody's just got to do their job, because, dual threat quarterback puts stress on any defense. Like Coach Roc said, it adds another player to the defense, not a pocket passer. He's a great athlete, so if everybody does their job, we should be good.
Going back to Saturday, Tulsa's last drive of the game on fourth down, their last chance to get a game-winning touchdown and all that, or tie it up to go towards an overtime. You come through with the game-sealing sack. Can you explain what went through your head as you were on the way to getting that game sack
honestly,
to win the game for your team?
Yeah, I was sitting there and just thinking, because I need to work my pass rush. Me and Coach Roc talk about it all the time. So all I was thinking was him in my ear telling me, work something, do something, throw some type of pass rush out there. And I just, bent the hoop, and the back end ended up doing their job. It was locked down, and just bent the corner. The guy was there and just made the sack. Everybody did their job, so the win.
After the game, you expressed to your teammates how grateful you are for this opportunity to play Division I ball. It's something I know you've been pointing at.
Yeah.
Now that you're experiencing it, is it what you thought it would be or hoped it would be?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's different. Like, I played FCS ball, but FBS ball is just, I don't know. The atmosphere is just different. I love it. Yeah.
Well, you certainly have not looked out of place. So the transition on the field to making plays at this level seems to have been, I don't want to say easy, but maybe seamless is a better word.
Yeah. It's, it comes from the coaches. The way they simulate practice, they put so much stress on you that, the games become easy, and it's just second nature at that point. You're just going out and playing.
The defense, as we talked about, been done a pretty good job holding people out of the end zone.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate
Absolutely.
test of a defense is, not letting the other guys in the painted grass.
Yeah.
So how do you feel you guys have done in that area?
We've done solid throughout the season. At the end of the day, there's always room for improvement. Nobody's ever perfect, but we've done pretty solid. Like the grades show with PFF, is that what it is? We're pretty solid in the run game. We still have stuff we need to work on all across the board.
USF's offense has allowed 26 sacks halfway through their season, which is in the bottom 10 of the country. How are you going to look to take advantage of that weakness in their offense to get to the quarterback as much as possible?
Ultimately, that's Coach Roc calls. So whatever he calls, I'm relaying it to the boys up front and just letting them eat at the end of the day. We got great pass rushers. You look across the board. We got Marlo, Mojo. Those guys off the edge are dangerous. And you got Chris Jones, Big Ab up front. All those guys can eat. They can, this game could be really good for them.
And, USF has 3 wins, kind of exceeding expectations after they were projected to finish at the bottom of the American before the season started, and seeing the way they competed against Alabama, especially on the defensive side of things. How do you think that talent level from USF is something to learn from for you guys?
In what way? You said that for me again?
Like the way they're able to exceed expectations, to not be underestimated.
Yeah, absolutely. Ultimately, I think a lot of us, especially, in the locker room, I think we like being underdogs. I do personally. At the end of the day, you can say all you want about me, you can chirp all you want, but your play goes to show. The tape doesn't lie. So, yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Absolutely. Not bad.
What do you see as the biggest challenge that the USF offense presents to not only the defense as a whole, but you as a safety?
Where they try to get a lot of people, they try to get your eyes wandering a lot of different places. They do a lot of different motions and stuff like that. They just try to mess with you with doing things like that. They also have a very mobile quarterback who can scramble out of the pocket, so it's going to try to contain him, make him throw the ball.
It seems like they try to force you into a lot of one-on-one tackling situations in space.
Yes, sir.
So is that something you're going to have to be very disciplined at on Saturday?
Yes, sir, definitely. Just coach is always preaching. Make sure you have your correct shoulder leverage. Come down right, come down left, gives you more power. Just making those tackles in space definitely gonna be a key part of this game.
First time you're going to play each other as a member of the American Conference. I know you're from Georgia, but do you see this as potentially down the road being a big rivalry?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I definitely, being in Florida these past couple of years, you just know how big football is down here. So the constant competition and stuff like that between, I think it will grow into a good rivalry.
How do you feel about the opportunity to head up to Tulsa to play at Raymond James Stadium, home to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Oh yeah. No, that's gonna be a great experience. I've never been to like a NFL stadium or anything like that. So just playing in one, that's gonna be huge for me, definitely.
Not even Hard Rock?
Nah, not even hard.
How would you say the defense has played this year as far as keeping teams out of the end zone, which is the ultimate goal?
Yes, sir. Like all teams, we have some things that we still have to like clean up, down the red zone and stuff like that. But I think our mindset is what helps us. Like we always come in like a tough mentality. Like we're not gonna let them in the end zone. Bend, don't break.
Mm-hmm. And finally, for me, to be able to hold Tulsa and come up with a big play on fourth down to seal the game. And obviously, we haven't won a game since the first game of the season. So that had to make you guys really, really happy. How much did you need that win to get confidence going forward?
Oh yes, sir. That win was huge. Definitely getting us back in the win column. It was history right there. First win of the AAC. So I definitely got everybody's vibes and everything up. And so I think it's gonna be a great momentum going into the rest of the season.
USF's quarterback Brian Brown showcases himself as a strong dual threat, being able to throw the ball in the air and as well as running the ball himself, leading the team in rushing yards especially. So what's it going to take to prevent him from being effective throughout chunks of the game on Saturday?
Yeah, we just gotta. They're a quick tempo team, so we just gotta get lined up. That's where they try to find a lot of their plays. They try to get you to not get lined up so they could take advantage of that and get him into space and do things like that. So just like you said earlier, just tackling him. We got to get him on the ground. We can't let him be explosive at all in the run game at all.
With USF's weakness in protecting their quarterback, having allowed 26 sacks, what's it going to take to break their defensive line and rush Byron Brown's decision making to leave him offensive line? Sorry.
Yeah. It's going to be a big week for our D line. They got to get back, get back there, disrupt him, get him off. Whenever he's standing still, that's when he likes to throw the ball deep. So get him off of his spot, make him run around, and just get him on the ground.
Okay. Thanks, Lawrence.